Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today we're going to learn how to manage several Python environments without messing up our computer, path variables, and things like that. So what is important? When you're working on real-life projects, you might be working on more than one at a time. For example, you can have two projects. One of them uses Python 3.8 and the other one is based on Python 3.6. They might not share the same libraries, and even if they do, they still might require different versions. If you try to have one single installation for all your projects, like this example, where you try to run all your application under one single Python environment, it can get messy very fast, as you need to manage a lot of different dependencies at the same time, and at the end of the day, you still might break up your whole Python installation. So how can we avoid this? Here comes what is called a virtual environment. A virtual environment is a Python environment such that interpreter, libraries, and scripts installed into it are isolated from those installed in other virtual environments. So you can have, for example, three virtual environments, each one of them with a different Python version and a different set of libraries. So here you have a virtual environment with Python 3.6, you have another one with Python 3.8, and a last one with Python 3.7. You can check that even if they share some dependencies. So for example, here we are using NumPy in all the virtual environments. They all need different versions. So this is one of the main use cases we can give to virtual environments, is to manage independently different applications so they don't mess up each other with their dependencies, their Python version, and there are several options out there to manage those virtual environments. I would say the most popular ones are the Python VM package and the Anaconda distribution. Next, I'm going to show you how you can install and use Anaconda, but let me know in the comments if you also want to learn other options. Basically, Anaconda is a distribution of the Python and R programming languages, and it aims to simplify package management and deployment. You can find it for Windows, Linux, or macOS. You can install Anaconda or Miniconda. Miniconda is a much lighter alternative. This is because the Anaconda distribution already comes with predefined packages, while the Miniconda distribution only includes the administration system and does not come with any predefined packages. Both of them are installed pretty much the same way. If you want to install Anaconda, you can go to this link that I will put in the description. So here it is. And you can choose the operating system that you are using. Click on download and it will start downloading this Anaconda package. For Miniconda, you also have the link in the description. We go through very similar step. We come here, we find our platform. For example, I'm on Windows and I will click here. It's ready to go. I'll open this, and now for the installation we can leave all the default parameters, places, and things like that. You don't have to worry about this, and we just wait until the Miniconda distribution is installed in our computer. We click next and we can just finish our installation. Now that the installation is done, we can go here and just type Anaconda. We can see this program over here, which is basically just a terminal, which has several Anaconda commands that we can use to manage our Python environments and other kind of things. So we can type, for example, conda --version, and you can see exactly which conda version I have installed and that everything is working as expected. Notice at the left of my path it says base. It means I am in the base environment of Anaconda. Now I'm going to show you how you can use this installation to create and manage those virtual environments using both the terminal and a more user-friendly option with PyCharm. Using the Anaconda prompt, we are going to use the create command, which has this syntax: conda create --name. Here we're going to put the name of our environment, Python equals, and the Python version that we want to create with this environment. You can choose pretty much any Python version to work with. You can check this by typing conda search Python. And we can see here all the Python versions that are available to work with Anaconda. You can see that is pretty much all the versions that has been from Python 2.7.13. You usually create one environment per project, so the name should be related to it so you can identify it later on. In this example, I'm going to create an environment called Bookstore API. This is going to be a Python 3.7 project, so we can just type the command conda create -- name Bookstore API Python, and the version I want is just 3.7. I just click enter. It will ask me to confirm the installation, and you can see it shows what is going to install exactly. I'm just gonna type yes. Now that it's done, you can activate this virtual environment to use it just by the command conda activate Bookstore API. And now you can see right here that the name that it displays is the name of my environment. It doesn't say base anymore because I already activate this environment, and everything I do from now on in this terminal is going to affect only this environment. Let's install, for example, NumPy, which is used for multidimensional arrays operation. So we can type pip install NumPy. We just wait a bit until it's done. Okay, great. Now we have NumPy in our environment, and I can also use the conda package manager using conda install command. So for example, I want to install Flask. I'm just gonna type conda install C Anaconda Flask. This command might be different with other packages. You can just Google it out. It's pretty easy to find. Just click enter. Again, it's gonna tell me what I'm going to install. I'm just gonna type yes. And now, for example, I want to know what I have installed in this environment so far. So I can type pip freeze, and you can check what is already installed in my environment. And here we have Flask, and we have NumPy. So now I want to check that Python is already installed, that I can use it, and that I can use all those packages I already installed. So I'm just gonna type Python. You can check that it's telling me, hey, you are using the Anaconda distribution. So import NumPy as MP. This is just a convention. Everything is good. We have no error here, so it looks like NumPy is installed. Let's just print mp array. Just one very simple array. And there you go. You have NumPy working on this environment, and it's pretty easy. Let's say I don't want to use this environment any longer. I want to go back to the base, maybe activate another environment. We can type conda deactivate, and you can see that we are again on the base environment. Now I'm going to create a new environment that will be used to make an auto machine learning API, and I want it to be in Python 3.8. So I can type conda create -- auto ML API. This just is the name that I want to use, and I'm gonna use the Python 3.8 version. Now that it's done, we have to activate the environment. So conda activate auto ML -API. We are already inside the environment, and now I'm going to install NumPy, but this time I'm choosing to use NumPy 1.19.1 because let's assume this is an existing project which explicitly needs this version to work. So we type pip install 1.19.1. We click enter, and we are getting this NumPy specific version. I want to do the same with Flask. I want pip install Flask, and I'm gonna use the version 1.1.4. I got an error here, just a typo. Okay, so we have already installed NumPy and Flask in this new environment. Now, what I want to do is to compare those environments. So I'm gonna put these windows one side to each other, and I'm gonna do pip freeze over here, and here I'm gonna do conda activate bookstore API. But notice that the Flask version and the NumPy version are different from each one of the environments, so you can use each one of them independently with no problem. That is something that you cannot do so easily with just one single Python installation, but Anaconda makes this really easy for us. Now, if I install a new package only in one of those environments, let's go to the AutoML environment. I'm gonna do pip install pandas. Okay, it's done. Now I'm gonna clean this window. I'm gonna do again pip freeze. Now you can check we have this new package pandas, which we are gonna check is not in here. So what I do in this environment won't affect what I'm doing in this other environment. So that is great, because now you don't have to worry about manage all these kind of things. Okay, and I just want to show you just one last thing pretty quick. So let's say you forgot what is the name of all your environments you have created so far. You can just type conda env list, and you can see we have the base, the AutoML API, and the bookstore API. Those are the environments I have created in this particular computer. So you can see in here, and you can. Now I'm gonna show you how to use PyCharm, which is one of my favorite software to code in Python. If you want to be explaining how to install it, set up new projects, some tips, just let me know in the comments and I will check it out. But for now, I'm just gonna open it and use it. I already have it installed in my computer, and it comes with a really nice integration with Anaconda that we are going to use. So I have it right here. I'm just going to click it and I'm just going to allow it to open this window. So it will ask me to create a new project or to open a project that I maybe have been working on. I'm just going to create a new one, and I'm going to call this Anaconda VM. So you can see here that you have several options to create the environment, not just Anaconda, but I'm gonna keep on Anaconda to explain it and to see how it is different from the terminal commands. I'm gonna click Anaconda, and you can take a look at this. It already gives me the option to select one Python version that I want to use. So for example, I want to use Python 3.8, and I'm just gonna click create. We just have to wait a little bit, and now it's done. I can just click here and close. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. You can see down here that we are using the Python 3.8 Anaconda VM environment that I just used. So if I open a terminal, let's do it right here. If I try to, for example, import NumPy as np, okay, we try to run this particular code, and you can see here we have an error saying that there is no module named NumPy because I just haven't installed anything in here. So you can also switch to one of the previous environments we have already created, and it already has NumPy in there. So down here we can click in Add Interpreter, Conda Environment. We are going to use in this case one existing environment, and now we can just browse for other environment we have already created. So we have here the AutoML API and the Bookstore API. I'm just going to select this one, click OK. Now you can check the name, change it in here, and now I should be able to use NumPy. So I'm going to do, for example, again, print mp.array 1, 2, 3. Okay. And you can see here it's working as expected. We have no problems because we are already using this Python environment. So that's it for today. I hope that this has been useful. And now you know how to manage all your Python environments with Anaconda. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Consider to subscribe if this is something that has been useful for you. And okay, we'll see you in the next video.